Live from the rinks at the Sports Center of Connecticut here in Shelton, we bring you this crucial matchup in the New England Women's Hockey Alliance. It's the St. Anselm College Hawks coming into town to take on your post-university Eagles. Good afternoon and welcome into the broadcast booth here at the rinks, joined by our very full production crew of Michael Veschi, Jake Haddad, Grace Glassrud, Jarrett Michaels, and Kristen Brown. My name is Max Stapleton, and once again, we are thrilled to be taking you through the action of today's game. Last night, in the game one of this two-game set, the Hawks got the better of the Eagles thanks to 3 first-period goals from Keppel, Forth, and Hartnell, respectively. Although Post didn't allow a goal for the rest of the game, Julia Wysocki netted the lone tally halfway through the third period, and the Eagles ultimately fell in that one 3-1. Today they look to get right as the schedule gets shorter and we near the New Hawk Conference Tournament. Currently, Post sits at 6th in the conference, only 2 places and 8 points behind St. Anselm, who, if the season ended today, would be the last team in the conference to get home ice in the first round of the tournament. Statistically, this is a really fun game to watch for a whole lot of reasons. Line mates Julia Wysocki and Rowan Ringer are tied for the conference lead in points. Hannah Saunders is top 2 in both save percentage and goals against average. And Timmerie Grom is playing in her 100th career game, also her 100th consecutive game tonight, which moves her to 4th all-time in Post University's history. So we have a great game in store for you as we got lineups, goalie matchups, and of course the puck drop, all coming up next as you're watching Post University Athletics. Back in here at the rinks in Shelton, just a few minutes away from puck drop between the Hawks and the Eagles. A battle of the birds today, and what should be a really crucial New Hawk Conference matchup. Let's get you the starting lineups for today's matchup. First, for the visiting St. Anselm Hawks, overall 9-14-4 on the season, 9-8-4, however, here in the New Hawk. They're starting with their first line forwards. It'll be the senior Tyra Turner on left wing, Lucy DiCoto, the freshman, centering the group, and Audrey Jackson up in the top 5 in points in the conference at the right winger slot. It'll be a little bit of a different defensive pairing today. Heather McAvoy, I just recently learned, sister of Charlie McAvoy, will be one of the defense pairing, as well as Brenna Young. And in net, it'll be Karina Mancini, a Connecticut native here. So far, this will be her 7th game of the season, so not a whole lot of action for her so far. She has a .903 save percentage. Now, for the home squad, the Post University Eagles. Again, a different look today. Macy Peterson, Jody Rose, and Noah Farberman are your starting forward group. It'll be Karis Kale and Brooke Larson as your defense pairing, and Hannah Saunders for the second night in a row will be back in the net. Hannah Saunders, what a season she is having. Possibly the MVP of this Post team. Second in the conference in goals against average, first in save percentage. And how about that? We're underway here in Shelton, Connecticut. Post looking to get right after the loss last night. They win the faceoff, dump it into the offensive zone. Immediately Noah Farberman is there to pick it up in that near corner. She sends it into the slot. The pass couldn't connect quickly. Nice breakup play, but Post recovers. Another tried up the middle there, couldn't go, and now St. Anselm comes the other way. Moving up the ice, this is Audrey Jackson, lays it off for Turner, and Turner with a quick shot, easily block her to side. Now McAvoy here at the boards. Good body check by Jody Rose, getting it out of the defensive zone quickly. Over to the other side of the ice. Karis Kell making an aggressive play there. And the puck gets tipped up into the air. Wysocki couldn't quite handle it. Both sides just early getting the feel for each other here. Going to have a quick change. St. Anselm trying to break out of their zone. And as we well know, Post very heavy on the forecheck, especially early and often in these games. They get a turnover in the offensive zone, and ice is slippery. Down goes a player there. That's Wysocki. Puck trickles all the way down the ice. And now how about this? Gracie Donovan showing off the speed. Gets the puck taken away from her, but it was a nice play just to get the puck in the offensive zone, and a good bank pass. Now McKavakis has it on her stick. Moving in the offensive zone, into the slot, they shoot it in, they score! Less than 2 minutes in, Rowan Ringer tips it in, and it's 1-0 Post. For Rowan Ringer, the Conference League, 21 points in the New Hawk, her 9th goal of the season. And that was a beauty. McKavakis and Ringer just going up the ice. Julia Wysocki deserves a shout-out, too, for that beautiful bank pass. And if you're Pat Bingham and crew, that's exactly what you're looking for. Strike early, snatch the momentum. Let's see if they can make it a few here. And if you're Karina Mancini in net, you don't get a whole lot of playing time. There's nothing you could do there. That was just a beautiful one-time setup from the Eagles. Oh, hand raised here. Might be a delayed offsides call. Believe it is, but we'll see if a penalty ends up getting called as well. And yeah, it looks like it. So immediately after scoring the goal, Post University will go on the power play here. Looking to see the number in the box. A little bit difficult to see from here, but it looks like it's going to be Cora Weber getting the penalty called to her. 18-17 left to go in this first period. Less than 2 minutes in, but it's been all Post University so far, and they're going to have a woman advantage here. They send out that first line group, Ringer, Wysocki, and Selena McKavakis, although Wysocki loses the faceoff there. Pretty crucial for the Hawks. Sent it around the boards, but couldn't clear. McKavakis tips it back in. It goes back to McKavakis, and that was a really grade A opportunity for Post, but better defensive play there. Still have possession and try to send it up in the middle. Ringer got a shot on goal, the rebound opportunity, and a couple of good saves from Mancini as St. Anselm trickles it all the way down the ice. Boy, a lot of action here early. Post looks like they're shot out of a cannon. Here they come back up the ice. Karis Kale with it. Leaves it for McKavakis. Now across the ice going the other way, and a late change might work out in the Hawks' favor. Well, not quite there. Brooke Larson with an opportunity. She shoots one on net. And Mancini covers that one up. Crowd liking what they're seeing early on with 17:33 to go in this first period. Special teams-wise this year for Post, they come in with a 14.5 power play percentage. It's the 4th best in the conference. Penalty kill-wise, St. Anselm has the 6th best penalty kill. Ooh, good cross-ice pass. Farberman just couldn't handle it on her stick that time. Trickling back towards the blue line. Long slap shot, gloved up again by Mancini. The puck was loose for a second. She gobbled it up again. Boy, a lot of pressure here from the Eagles early in this first period. Face-off circle once again, another St. Anselm win. Yesterday was a pretty close statistical game between the two sides. 3-1 game, but the shots were fairly even and the face-offs were fairly even. Post ended up winning the face-off battle last night. So far losing it today, as that's a good offensive zone turnover forced by Audrey Jackson for St. Anselm. Swings it all the way around the boards. Jody Rose tries to collect it for Post. Goes off a couple of players, still back behind the net of Hannah Saunders. And right now, if you're St. Anselm, you're loving this aggressive approach on the penalty kill. Less than 30 seconds to go on the woman advantage. Danny Amons takes it out of the defensive end for Post, sends it up the ice. Hannah Luckman just tips it forward. And the Eagles just happy to get a line change right here. About 15 seconds to go on the power play. Sajel Desai leaves it for her teammate. As Tim Marie Grom in her 100th career game. Still has possession along these near boards, although fighting for it, and the puck trickles out of the offensive zone, and that's going to do it on the power play. Cora Weber comes out of the box from the tripping call. We're back to even strength. Post going to 0 for 1 on the power play so far today. About 4 minutes into this game, I should say. It's been all Post so far, but not a whole lot of opportunities for St. Anselm. Trying to change that right here in the offensive zone. Oh, a beautiful move from Tulo. She takes a shot and it just trickles off the post. Boy, that was a beautiful chance for Haley Tulo of the Hawks. Now Gracie Donovan has it behind Post's net. Von Den Udelar tries to clear it out, couldn't do so. Stays in the offensive zone. Once again, Donovan getting checked pretty aggressively by Brooke Larson, and the hand goes up. That's going to be a penalty. Either a boarding or a botting checking. Goalie goes to the net. They touch up and allow the first power play opportunity of the game for St. Anselm College. We'll see what the official call is. It'll be 2 minutes on Brooke Larson. And this has been somewhat of an issue for Post University all year long. In the bottom 3 in the Newha in penalty minutes. Although for Brooke Larson specifically, not as much of an issue as for some of her other teammates. Statistically on the year, penalty kill-wise, it's the 3rd best penalty kill for Post University at 83.7%. Power play, it's the 6th best power play for St. Anselm. They win the face-off. They go all the way across the ice this time, but not the best reception of the pass there. Kismet Dogan couldn't handle it cleanly, and Post is able to clear it all the way down. St. Anselm to reset here, and Post staying aggressive even in the offensive end of things, down a woman, and they turn the puck over. Wysocki gets the turnover that time and takes it back into the offensive zone. Just happy to waste some time here on the penalty kill. Wysocki, Ringer, Larson, Sajel Desai, or not Larson, excuse me, but Sajel Desai and Karis Kale are out there for Post. Of course, Brooke Larson in the box. Desai has the puck on her stick, just sends it across, couldn't quite clear it all the way down the ice. Actually runs into the referee for a quick second, does Heather McAvoy, the captain of the St. Anselm Hawks. All right, now St. Anselm just having trouble getting set up in their offensive end. Brenna Young thinking about moving it in, eventually just dumps it in. Less than a minute to go on the man advantage for the Hawks. Clear an attempt from Post, they couldn't do so, and now they're set up. Brenna Young, once again, she takes the shot, but it's blocked by Wysocki. Good positioning there from the forward. Wysocki's able to clear the puck all the way down the ice once again as it tricks to below 40 seconds on the man advantage. Maybe 1 or 2 more pushes for St. Anselm left in this power play. Up the ice they go. Audrey Jackson moves in. She takes the shot, and Saunders gloves it aside. Trickles all the way back towards these near boards. Young keeps it in. Goes back to Tulo, back to Young here at this near corner. Now for Jackson. Jackson gets checked fairly hard by Angeline Pitter. Now Jet Devlin has it, trying to clear the zone. Couldn't do so. Good job by Brenna Young to keep it in. Tulo takes a shot, but Danny Amons blocks it before it reaches the net. Mikavicus takes it on her stick, and that's going to do it for the power play as she clears it all the way down the ice. We're back at even strength. Both teams 0 for 1 in this first period on the man advantage. Combined yesterday, they went 0 for 7, and neither team was able to get past the penalty kill units. St. Anselm still in the offensive zone, and the easy save that time for Hannah Saunders. They get the offensive rebound, however. Mikavicus tries to clear, couldn't do so. Pass into the slot, no one there to receive it. Jody Rose cleans up the rebound. And now you can see that aggressiveness from the Hawks as they showed a good amount yesterday on the forecheck. Rose tried to clear it all the way down the ice, but it's not going to get to past the red line, so no icing called. Same type of situation on the other end. Touch up and a little bit of a whiff on a pass from Sejal Desai. And a good job by Post to just get possession of the puck there. Oh, all the way up the ice, lone man alone. That's Noah Farberman, and she loses possession of the puck before she can get a shot off. However, Post still has it. Desai, she takes the shot, and that one right into the chest of Corinna Mancini in net. 12:27 to go here in this first period. Quick stoppage here on the face-off attempt. Not sure what was going on. I was trying to get the stats up for you, but we'll get them to you in just a little bit. Jody Rose in the circle for Post University. She actually gets kicked out of the circle as I say that, so now it'll be Noah Farberman. Quick drop on the face-off. And St. Anselm wins it. Puck trickles off into that near corner, and Post trying to take possession right back. Still loose. No one really has it yet. St. Anselm trying to clear. They couldn't do so. Sejal Desai has it. Desai moving towards the middle of the ice. Couldn't get the shot to reach the net, but Rose is there for the rebound. Off in that far corner. Now trickling behind the net and into the near corner. A good body check from Heather McAvoy. McAvoy avoids a hit from a different Eagle, and now St. Anselm comes the other way. Past the red line. No, not past the red line as they got tripped up, and now the whistle is blown. Are they going to call too many women on the ice here? I think that's the only thing they possibly could call because no one was really all that close to offsides. They're actually calling a tripping penalty. They're going to call a trip on that play on Selena Mikavicus. Excuse me, that's Riley Patfield, 16, not 18. So less than 10 minutes into this game, we'll have our third overall power play. The second one for St. Anselm. Both teams 0 for 1. Gracie Donovan in the faceoff circle for the Hawks. Julia Wysocki for the Knights, and Donovan wins it. Back to Brenna Young at the blue line. Now to Jackson. She tips it back behind the net. Pass into the slot, but a good defensive stick from Wysocki to tip it. Although an even better play that time to keep it in the zone from the Hawks. Donovan in that far corner. Looking for someone to pass it to and just drops it off for Jackson. Tries to leave it for Donovan, but the pass gets intercepted by Rowan Ringer. Ringer coming the other way. Couldn't clear the defensive zone. Really nice defensive play from St. Anselm. Now Audrey Jackson gets bodied by a couple of Eagles, but the puck stays in the O-zone. Jackson once again, her shot gets blocked by Ringer, but Ringer couldn't clear. Young takes a chance, and that one gets deflected. Back to Young, and that one gets blocked. Boy, a lot of action here, but a lot of blocks defensively, and a good heads-up play from Wysocki to just clear the puck out of the D-zone. Only Rowan Ringer was the one to get off for Post University, but they catch a break as the puck hits the referee, and then they're allowed to clear it. Boy, a lot of action in the first minute of that power play, but nothing across the scoreboard yet for St. Anselm. Kismet Dogan into the offensive end of things, tries to pass it across the ice, but no one was there to receive it. Now it's a race for it. Tim-Marie Grom was really chasing after that one. She laid out, couldn't quite get there. Now how about this? Moving into the offensive zone, St. Anselm, they take a shot, it's gloved down. And a good rebound opportunity, but a better play by Brooke Larson. Larson just kicked that one out of harm's way defensively, and that could have easily been 1-1. Out of the defensive zone it goes, less than 30 seconds to go on the power play. Cora Weber there to pick it up. Mikavicus tried to intercept it, couldn't do so. Back onto this end of things, it's Tyra Turner, now Decoto. Kismet Dogan on that far wing, drifting towards center ice, leaves it for her teammate. Ooh, what a pass and a better poke check from Hannah Saunders to take it away. Less than 5 seconds to go. One more clearance down the ice, and that'll do it. 0 for 2 on the power play, St. Anselm. Ooh, good aggressive forecheck that time I believe it was Wysocki in there. She passed it out into the slot. No one was there to receive it. That's Kismet Dogan intercepts it. Once again, a really good play. That was Jody Rose. She takes away the pass, keeps it in the offensive zone, but only temporarily, as Turner eventually does clear it out all the way back down to the other end of the ice. That's going to actually end up as an icing, as they say Turner was before the red line. 9:27 to go here in this first period. It's the Post University Eagles 1. The St. Anselm College Hawks nothing. We're going to have a face-off here to the right of Corinna Mancini. It's going to go ultimately Post University's way, but knocks them out of the offensive zone temporarily, trying to enter back in, but good stand-up defense from the Hawks here. And Post will give it another shot. Ella Ridge takes it behind her own net, just tries to send it a long way up the ice. Marley Webster collects for the Eagles. Good pass, touch pass there from Hannah Luckman. Left it for her teammate, and into the offensive zone go the Eagles. Now looking for a pass into the slot, but a better defensive play. And that was Alexis Poppleton with the stick tie-up. Larson with the puck on her stick, just sends it into the O zone. Around the boards it goes. Jet Devlin tries to collect it for Post. She actually does so temporarily, although she's going up against 3 Hawks. 8:35 to go left in this first period. Stays with the Eagles. Brooke Larson had it taken away from her quickly there. Now come back the other way. Gracie Donovan tries to send it to her teammate, but they can never enter the O zone. Now they have to touch back up in case of offsides. Post looking to break out. St. Anselm looking aggressive. And it's going to be St. Anselm keeping the puck in their offensive zone. Danny Amons has it on her stick. Bang pass up the ice for Tristan Curry, and Curry just sends it forward while the Eagles get a change. Riley Patfield just tries to tie things up over in that near corner. Long shot that time from Casey Von Den Udelaar, easily gloved down by Mancini. 7:48 to go in this first period. So 7:48 to go. It'll be the Post University Eagles 1, St. Anselm nothing in this first media timeout. You're watching Post University Athletics. Back in here at the rinks at the Shelton Sports Center. The face-off and post-offensive zone. They wing it, and Ringer takes a quick shot off the draw. Easily gloved down by Mancini, and we'll do it all over again. 7:44 to go in this first period. Our live stat system is down at the moment, so we don't have any of the shots on goal totals and things of that nature for you, but we'll get them in between periods. We'll update you that way. Around the boards it goes. Post keeps it in their offensive zone. Only temporarily, however, as eventually St. Anselm does clear it all the way down the ice. Von Den Udelaar chases after it, and that'll be an icing. 7:30 left in this first period. Face-off coming in to the left of Corinna Mancini. We haven't talked much about her. She's typically the third-string goalie in this lineup. Only her 7th game of the season and her 5th start overall. It's got a .397 goals against average, and there's a quick shot off the draw again. It was Rowan Ringer once again. And Mancini will once again glove it down, and we'll have a face-off. Although St. Anselm going with a platoon swap here. Maybe to try to win the face-off here, as right now Julia Wysocki's kind of having her way in the circle. Wysocki against Donovan. We'll see how this one goes. And Wysocki wins it again. Ringer, will she shoot it again? She does. Looking for the deflection. Wysocki couldn't get her stick on it. Goes off into that far corner. Back around the boards. Wysocki behind the offensive net. Fanned on the pass there, but recovers and sends it back around. Picking it up is Tyra Turner. Tries to clear her defensive end. Can't do so. Ringer sends it towards the net. Got blocked before it ever hit there. Out of the O-zone it goes, but again, only temporarily, as that was Mikavakis who sent it back in. Oh, and how about that interception? Just a good read from Jody Rose to pick it up, and Post sends it back into the offensive end. Cora Weber grabs it behind her net. And this is kind of Post strategy in the later half of the season. Just play a little bit of keep away, keep it in the offensive zone, and good things are bound to happen. At the very least, try to intercept it at neutral ice. And they've played it very, very well. The pass across the ice into Post's defensive end. Karis Kell sends it back up. Battle for it along those far boards. Kell ends up winning the battle, sends it back into the offensive zone. Dump and chase go the Eagles. Macy Peterson chases after it. Lays a hit on a Hawk down there, and now can the Hawks actually set something up, drifting through neutral ice. It's Gracie Donovan. Actually, that was Brenna Young, I should say. She tries to send it back to her. It bounces off the backboard. Behind the netting it goes. It'll be another icing. 5:59 left in this first period. Face-off going all the way down to Karina Mancini. It'll be over to her right. And Post with another face-off when I'm really excited to see the numbers in between periods. So it looks like Post has really, in the last 5 minutes or so, won a lot of face-offs in a row. As St. Anselm tries to clear, they can't do so. Well, I actually do quickly here, but Jet Devlin recovers it. And Devlin, we've seen her speed numerous times throughout the season. Tries a bank pass to herself, and it goes behind the net. Battle for it. And Lily comes away with it for a second. Back along those far boards, St. Anselm trying to clear. Can't do so as Danny Amons keeps it in, and now they finally get it out of their zone. Alexis Poppleton, just bank pass all the way across. It's not quite going to go as an icing as Angeline Pitter got there before it reached behind the net. And St. Anselm trying to set up possession in their offensive zone. There's the hand raised. The penalty will be called for either interference or tripping. And there goes the whistle. It'll be the third power play opportunity for St. Anselm here in this first period. Ruby Mitchell not the happiest with the call. She'll be the one penalized as she heads off to the box. See what the official, no signal really came in that time, but it looked like it was a body checking or interference type penalty. 0 for 2 is St. Anselm so far today on the power play. The face-off, and St. Anselm wins that in their offensive zone. Back to Brenna Young, and now across the ice. Wysocki picks it up, sends it out of the defensive end, and that'll waste some time off the power play. For Ruby Mitchell, that is now her 26th penalty minute of the season. She was already in the bottom 10 in the league in that. So once again for Post, something they got to work on. As that's a beautiful pass to Gracie Donovan into the slot. But nothing could come of it. It was another good defensive play. Puck trickles out, backing these near boards all the way down the offensive zone. As we're tricking down behind a minute 30 in this power play. Haley Tulo drifting through neutral ice into the offensive end of things. Checked up by Von Den Udelaar, but Tulo keeps it herself. Tulo, she takes the shot, and for the second time in this first period, it goes off the post. All the way back down the ice it goes, and boy, you got to feel bad for Haley Tulo. Both of her shots in this period have gone off each corner of the goalpost. Sage will decide, trying to make a play at neutral ice. She does, as her teammate Mikavakis helps her out a little bit. They send it back down, less than a minute to go on the power play. Let's see if St. Anselm can come up with something here into the offensive zone. Good body check that time by Mikavakis as well. DeCoto keeps it in the offensive end, sends it all the way across. Kismet Dogan picks it up. Dogan sends it behind the net. Tyra Turner leaves it for her teammate. Cora Weber keeps in the offensive zone, but only temporarily. It goes all the way back down. Mancini's going to play it, leave it for her teammate, but it's actually Mikavakis who gets there first. Unfortunately, it was 2 against 1, and the puck gets taken away from her. Less than 20 seconds to go on the woman advantage. One last push for St. Anselm here on the power play. They try to get the puck in the offensive zone. They do, but yet again, only temporarily. Feels like they're just rushing some of their passes, and that's going to do it. 0 for 3 on the power play are St. Anselm here in this first period. Back at even strength and back in the offensive zone is Post University into that far corner. Noah Farberman laying a hard hit, trying to keep possession of the puck, but can't do so. Lily Hartnell sends it forward, Alexis Poppleton. And Poppleton couldn't connect on the pass. It trickles into that far boards. Less than 3 minutes to go in this first period. Saw the early goal from Rowan Ringer to make it 1-0 Post, and not a whole lot since then. A lot of power plays, but really it's the penalty kills that have stood out. It's Macy Peterson with the puck on her stick. She banks it out of the zone, but once again it goes right to a Hawk, and Audrey Jackson brings it in. Fighting for it along these near boards. It stays in. Haley Tulo, she takes another shot and is saved that time from Saunders. Ella Ridge, she couldn't handle it cleanly as it tricks all the way down the ice, and now Post going to get a platoon swap here. So is St. Anselm. Trying to drift through neutral ice, and that's a costly turnover. Wysocki with the shot, she scores! Julia Wysocki, as she ties the conference lead in points. It's 21-21 and 2-0 Post University. For Wysocki, it's her 14th goal of the season. And that's how you want to close a period. They say the beginning and the end of the periods are the most important moments. The first 2 minutes and the last 2 minutes, and with just over 2 minutes, it's 2-0 Post University. Bank pass back up the ice. McAvoy collects it for the opposition as they try to send it back into their offensive end of things. Post sends it out through neutral ice, and St. Anselm will try to reset. They just dump it into the offensive zone. Around the boards it goes. Mackenzie Moss tries to collect it. Rowan Ringer cleans it up for the Eagles. And now Wysocki takes it out of the zone. Boy, this line has been on fire since the very start of the season and have not stopped today, that's for sure. Back into the offensive zone they go. Mikavakis with a long, tough angled shot. Easily gloved down that time by Mancini. And both of the goals in this game for Post University, you really can't do a lot if you're Corinna Mancini in net. The first one was a one-timer finished by Rowan Ringer. The second one was just a beautiful shot right between the pipes. Faceoff comes into her left, and that's got to be a false start, 5-yard penalty. End up sending her into the circle for it. Audrey Jackson actually wins that faceoff for St. Anselm. Around the boards it goes, through neutral ice and into the offensive zone goes Tyra Turner. Tries to pass across the ice but couldn't get it to connect. Riley Patfield cleared it for Post. And now a good interception at neutral ice for Tristan Curry. Curry near the right wing tries to send it across, but a better stick check from Tyra Turner as she sends it all the way down. Less than a minute to go here in this first period, and if you're Pat Bingham and crew, you have to be really happy. They're trying to capitalize more. Mikavakis with the pass to Curry, and that one just couldn't go. And that was Patfield, I believe, not Mikavakis, who ended up getting the pass across, but either way, a beautiful one-time opportunity as Post going to get a line change in. Pass just too hard to handle for St. Anselm. Marley Webster picks it up in her own defensive end. Leaves it for Karis Kale, and Kale through neutral ice, now into the offensive end. Tries a long, tough angled shot, and again, ended up being a tough save for Corinna Mancini in net, but she got there no problem, covered up with 23.2 left in this first. Mancini looks like she's having some sort of issue over in net, maybe a bit of an equipment issue with her skate. Seems to have it settled, though. Big thing for Post University, you got to be very happy about the face-off numbers and the power play numbers, or penalty kill numbers, I should say. They lost that face-off there, but they keep it in the offensive zone. Maybe another chance. Rose takes the quick shot, but it got blocked before it hit the net. Goes back into neutral ice, and they're going to say it was played with a high stick, so the whistle gets blown. Again, I don't have the actual numbers in front of me. We'll get them in between periods, but seems like Post is doing a great job on the faceoff circle tonight. And hey, they've forced St. Anselm to be 0 for 3 on the power play so far today, and that's 0 for 7 in this series between last night and today. Sydney Merritt in the circle, so is Wysocki. Face off, and Wysocki wins it. Back to Marley Webster. Less than 10 seconds here to go, and just got to imagine Post going to try to clear it down the ice. They get it out of their defensive zone, and that's going to do it here in this first period. What a first period for the Eagles as they're up 2-0. Thanks to the goals from that all-star line. Rowan Ringer collects her 9th goal of the season, and for Julia Wysocki, it's goal number 14. We'll see if the Eagles can keep it up in the second in just 15 minutes here as you're watching Post University Athletics. Welcome back into the rinks at the Sports Center of Connecticut as we're just about 60 seconds away from this second period of play. And if you're a Post University fan, what a first period it was. You can take a look at the numbers on your screen there, but overall the shots on goal, 14 to 5 in terms of total shots in the period. And just overall, power plays-wise, 0 for 3 for St. Anselm, I should say. 0 for 1 for Post University. And how about the penalty kill for the Eagles in that first period? Three power play opportunities for the Hawks, and they only got 3 shots off in total. So a lot to like if you're Pat Bingham and crew. The goals coming from Rowan Ringer and Julia Wysocki, truly turning into one of the top lines in Division I women's hockey, especially that pairing in particular. And it's a 2-0 game. Hannah Saunders hasn't been tested a whole lot. Once again, only 5 shots faced in the period, and a lot of blocks for the Post University defenders in that first period overall, as they had 5 as compared to just 1 for St. Anselm College. We're just about a couple seconds away from the second period, I should say. It's the Eagles in white, purple, and orange. It's the Hawks in gray, silver, white, and purple. Or really a navy, I should say. The puck is dropped. And we're underway for the second period of play. Post working with a 2-0 lead. Puck goes immediately into their defensive zone, and they'll try to break out from there. Sends it up the near boards, and it couldn't get handled cleanly by Brenna Young. Now Noah Farberman has it. She takes a shot. That one sticked aside. The rebound opportunity. Don't believe it hit the net. Good defensive stick that time. Looks like it was Mackenzie Moss who got her stick in the way of the shot attempt. Now back up the ice it goes. The pass intended for Moss, though it went just a little bit too far. Now Jody Rose takes into the offensive zone. Rose at the center of the ice. She takes the shot. The rebound opportunity. Beautiful save from Mancini. Not 1 but 2 times here early in the second period. Puck goes all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing. But boy, if it weren't for Corinna Mancini, it would easily be 3-0 right now in favor of the Eagles. Overall, we'll take a final look at those first period stats. It was 17 to 14 total shots, but once again, 14 to 5 in terms of shots on goal. 5 blocks to 1 in favor of the Eagles as well as they win the faceoff in their offensive zone. And now Rowan Ringer has it on her stick. It's that lethal Ringer-Wysocki-Mikavakis line. It's always listed at a different spot on the line chart. Puck does come out of the offensive zone, and now Mackenzie Moss picks it up. She tries to take it away from a couple of Eagles, and they take it away from her instead. Back in that far corner, good forecheck there from St. Anselm, but it only lasts so long. Eagles chip it up the ice and back out of their defensive zone. Probably will end up as an icing, and it does. 18:43 to go left in this second period. Already a couple of good opportunities for Post and not a whole lot of offense so far for St. Anselm. It was really the opposite of this yesterday. St. Anselm, both on the scoreboard and statistically, outdueled Post University, but today, pretty much everywhere you look, it's the Eagles outdueling the Hawks in this Battle of the Birds so far. They win the defensive zone faceoff. They send it back behind their net. Now battle for it, a couple of players there. And Post unable to clear it. Boy, sacrificing the body was Selena Mikavakis that time. She got in front of a wild slap shot. She just kicked it off like it was nothing. Whistle gets blown. I believe it was whistled down for offside, so we'll have a couple of platoon swaps here, and the faceoff will be at neutral ice. We got our stats program working again, so we can get some more details for you, too. It'll be 11 to 8 in terms of the faceoff so far in this game for Post. Make it 11, well, make it 12 to 9 after they win that one now. Back in there through neutral ice. They get tied up and try to send it to the offensive zone. It stays at neutral ice, and they do just dump it in. Boy, a lot of bodies flying right here in front of us in the broadcast booth, but Danny Amons keeps it in. Sends it into the slot. No one really there to receive the pass. St. Anselm picks it up, and they send it all the way back down. Debating on the race, and that'll be an icing. Gracie Donovan was hustling after it for the Hawks, but ultimately Post wins it, and we'll go all the way back down to the other end of the ice. A lot of whistles early in this second period. Faceoff will be to the left of Corinna Mancini. Tristan Curry and Haley Tulo in there. Tulo wins it for St. Anselm. Back around the boards, Mackenzie Moss chips it forward. Battle for it at neutral ice. Mackenzie Moss, she ends up with, and the whistle, or the hand goes up in the air, the whistle gets blown. I believe we have a penalty coming up. Either that or it'll be ruled down for offsides. Yeah, it will just be offsides, so I stand corrected. Still the neutralized face-off. Post wins it. Van den Udelaar has it on her stick. She sends it up the ice, and Jet Devlin does a nice job handling it. Drops it for Luckman, and Luckman with a long shot. Not greatly handled by Mancini, and the whistle is blown. Puck looked like it still might have been loose. Mancini did a good job covering that one up as quick as she could. Like the idea there, if you're Post University, just get it deep into the offensive zone. Far away into the offensive zone, but take the shot, put it on net, and see what happens. Mancini clearly didn't handle it that well. Maybe clean up the rebound opportunity. So the offensive zone face-off. Jet Devlin in there. She wins it. Ruby Mitchell takes the shot, and that one gets blockered into the netting. Stays in play, however, still in the defensive zone as St. Anselm's just able to clear. Post sends it right back in. Mitchell chasing after, and she's going to win that race. Keeps possession back around over at that far corner. Sends it in deeper. And Hannah Luckman couldn't quite handle it. Van den Udelaar has on her stick. She takes a tough angled shot, but it never reached the net. St. Anselm trying to clear. They do so. And now Audrey Jackson. She was chasing after it, but a good job by Karis Kell to get there first. Sends it up the ice, does Kell. Brenny Young intercepts it and sends it back down. Van den Udelaar collects. Now you can start to see St. Anselm getting aggressive on the forecheck here. Trying to make something happen, turning defense in the offense, but just can't seem to get past Post defensively. Back up the ice go the Hawks. That pass just didn't seem to go, but they collected either way. This is Nicola Forth. We haven't said her name a whole lot tonight as she trips into the board. Some fans calling for a penalty, and they'll get one. Hand gets raised, and Forth goes hard into the board. She's still down, slowly getting back up to her feet. And now getting helped off the ice by a couple of teammates. Seems to be okay, and it's going to be Karis Kell going into the box for Post University. Going to be a body checking penalty on Kell. Fourth power play of the game for St. Anselm. They're 0 for 3 with 3 shots so far. The Post penalty kill has been really good all season long, entering today with the third highest penalty kill by percentage points in the Newhaw. Pat Bingham getting an explanation right now from a few of the referees regarding the penalty. It did look like the player might have slipped a little bit, that being Nicola Forth. But at the same time, it's a tricky play, and more times than not, you're going to see that called, especially when it goes into the boards. So 5-on-4, defensive zone face-off to the right of Hannah Saunders. And Post wins it. Pretty crucial face-off win. They take it through neutral ice and send it back up the ice. Rowan Ringer with a lot of speed sends it, bank passes it to herself and tries to get possession but just couldn't handle it cleanly. We'll see if St. Anselm can set something up with the woman advantage here. Heather McAvoy into the offensive zone she goes, gets tied up along those far boards. It's Rowan Ringer with a couple of aggressive stick checks there. McAvoy hands it to her teammate. That gets intercepted, and Ringer once again has it on her stick. One-on-none forming. Ringer on the breakaway. She doesn't take the shot, gets tripped into the netting, and that should be a penalty shot. Going to be a hook. At the very least, it'll even up the power play, but if you ask me, that was a clear breakaway, and you see a lot of the skaters on that Post University bench are calling for it. Ringer looks to be a little bit shaken up, kind of grasping her right knee. At the very least, it'll be a 4-on-4. I'm sure Pat Bingham and company are going to want a bit of an explanation as to why that's not a penalty shot. They haven't ruled it yet at the very least. That's a call that, personally, I find it hard to understand just when or when it doesn't get called. It feels like it's very subjective. And there it seemed like a pretty good opportunity for one, but not the case. Quick shot off the faceoff, just missed the net. Shot coming off the stick of Rowan Ringer. Good to see she's okay after taking that hard tumble. Penalty gets assessed to Brenna Young on the hooking penalty. It goes all the way back down the ice, and 4-on-4, so it'll be an icing. 1:09 to go until Post University will have just about less than a minute of a woman advantage. For them, it'll only be their second power play opportunity when it does come around. Quick drop off the face-off, the tie-up, and St. Anselm comes away with it. Cora Weber sends it around the boards for her captain, Turner. Turner can't clear the defensive zone just yet, and finally they do. Pass for DeCoteau. And Coteau just gets it taken away quickly by Tim-Marie Grom. And wow, that was a bad whistle from the referee. They said it was going to get frozen down the ice, and Hannah Saunders just whiffed on the freeze. Can't say you see that one every day. 15-16 left to go in the second period. Face off to the left of Hannah Saunders. And Post, pretty important win there, although they lose the possession still in their defensive zone, and a good hit there to take away possession. Tim-Marie Grom has it on her stick. A good bank pass up the ice. Mikavicus couldn't handle it cleanly, and now there's a race for it. Mikavicus cuts the puck off. A really good play from her. Now sends it into the slot. Hits a couple of Hawks before it gets to any Eagles, but they keep the puck in the offensive zone. A long shot, easily sticked aside by Mancini. And now Dogan picks it up in her defensive end. Passes it around. Gracie Donovan leaves it for Turner. Turner tries a bank pass out of the defensive zone, but that forecheck for Post proving to be useful once again. 10 seconds to go until this turns into a power play for the Eagles, as St. Anselm just sends it down the ice. And now we're on the second power play of the game for Post University. They'll be on it for about 35 seconds. St. Anselm sends it down. Macy Peterson tries to keep it in the offensive zone, and she does. Now Peterson has it on her stick. Lost possession. It goes off the post. Boy, it looked like it was almost an own goal for St. Anselm. That was a rocket of a pass. I don't even know what to say about that. It goes back, and Post with one last push on the woman advantage as it ticks down to 10 seconds on the power play. McAvoy picks it up, tries to send it out. Whiffed a little bit on the pass, but it goes to her teammate. And now they go the other way to St. Anselm. Into the offensive zone. Tries to get around a woman, does Audrey Jackson. Couldn't do so. Good defensive play by Danny Amons, and we're all back at even strength. Macy Peterson tips it ahead for Noah Farberman, who just dumps it in, and Peterson chases back after it. Around the boards it goes. Amons is there to collect. Tips it forward, looking for a deflection. It's saved a couple of times by Mancini. Puck was still loose, but it gets kicked out into the corner. Amons swings it around the boards. Off to collect it is Riley Patfield behind the net, now into that far corner. Patfield stands up a hit. And the puck does eventually trickle out of the offensive zone, and a 2-on-1 forming for St. Anselm. Coming this way, it's fourth, and she takes the shot. Don't believe it hit the net. I think Karis Kale got her body in front of that one. Boy, lots of action in the last couple of minutes from that 4-and-4 on. Still in the offensive zone are the Hawks, although the puck is loose. And Danny Amons ends up getting possession for the Eagles. She slows things down a bit, gives it to her teammate, and now Post trying to send it up the ice. Riley Patfield in the offensive zone. Looking for a pass. She takes the shot, and a good block by Ella Ridge. The Eagles still have possession. And they try a bank pass towards the blue line. Good heads-up play by Karis Kell to keep in the offensive zone, but yet again, only temporarily. Another push here for Post University. Tim-Marie Grom takes the shot, gloved down easily by Mancini. And 12:26 left to go in the second period of play. It's been all Post University throughout this game so far, including in this second period. It's 12-1, the shot total in favor of the Eagles here in the second. That's just a crazy statistic, including 7-0 shot on goal. They win the faceoff. Mitchell tries the shot, but that gets blocked. Now Mackenzie Moss has it, lost it. Donovan fighting for it, loses it, and now back into the defensive zone of St. Anselm. Puck switching back and forth, good neutralized play here. It gets trickled up in the air a couple of times, and the whistle gets blown for a hand pass. Faceoff will come back into the defensive zone of St. Anselm with just over 12 minutes to go. Faceoff-wise, too, it's another big advantage, and that I'd argue is one of the biggest strengths for Post University all year long. They're winning in that faceoff circle in the second period 9-3, and overall in the game by a long shot. They lose that time, however. Moss tries to clear the zone. Mitchell keeps it in. Good job by her to get her body in front of it, and Hannah Luckman has it now. Sends it down into the slot, and Mitchell got her stick tied up. Otherwise, it would have been a good one-time attempt. Now coming the other way. St. Anselm with it. Haley Tulo, we've seen hit the post a bunch of times in the first period. Tried to take it in the offensive zone, but she got stick checked and the puck got taken away from her. Natasha Lazowchuk sends it up the ice. No one's really there to collect for the Hawks, and that'll be an icing as Pitter wins the race. Wysocki in the face-off circle for Post. And she wins it. Once again, it's another big face-off win for the Eagles. Brooke Larson with a long shot, got deflected wide of the net. Kell keeps in the zone, and they send it into the slot. Rowan Ringer with a shot on goal. The puck is still loose, and it gets taken out of there. Kell tries one on net, and that's a definite high stick by Ringer. Maybe got a little ahead of herself there, and it's whistled down with 11:14 to go. Boy, love the setup there from Post University, getting the three-woman up high. Larson takes the high shot, got a couple bodies in front of the net, and then looked for the rebound after that as the puck was just continuing to bounce around in the crease. Wysocki once again in the face-off circle, going up against Dakota. And Dakota wins that one. For St. Anselm, she has it on her stick, clears the defensive zone. Tyra Turner trying to race after it, loses it to the other number 7, Kell. McAvoy couldn't quite clear it. Wysocki with a great defensive play. She sends it into the slot. That one gets blockered away by Mancini, back on the stick of Wysocki. Behind the net it goes. No one there to collect for Post. Ridge tries to send it back around the boards. Dakota has it along those far boards, but gives it up to Mancini accidentally. Now Kell with a tough angled shot. Good screen by Wysocki once again. She has it on her stick. Tries to send it into the slot. Mikavakis couldn't handle it, but now Rowan has it. Back for Julia Wysocki. Wysocki backhands, good shot, good save by Mancini. 10:23 to go in this second. Good body check up into the boards. Rowan Ringer had it taken away from her, and the puck gets cleared all the way down the ice. Halfway through this game, Post working with a 2-0 lead, and it has been all Eagles tonight. Jody Rose along these near boards, back to Brooke Larson. Larson gets it taken away from her. Good heads-up play by Kismet Dogan, but the Eagles just send it in deep. Cora Weber has it now, just looking for a way to get out of her defensive end. And she eventually does. Kismet Dogan now moving with speed up the ice. She has a woman to her side. She gives it off for Fourth, and Fourth takes the shot, and a beautiful save from Saunders. Boy, the first shot on goal of the period for St. Anselm College, and Saunders had to make a really tough one. Puck trickles off into the bench, and we have 9:23 to go here in this second period. Actually, I should say the second shot on goal of the period, but still an impressive save for Hannah Saunders. And to that point, what an impressive defensive display it's been for Post University today. Limiting one of the highest powered offensive teams in the Newhawk Conference to only 2 shots here in the second period. We're at a media timeout. 9:23 to go. It's Post University 2, St. Anselm 0. Well, you got to give a big shout out to Danny Amons, Angelin Pitter, and the entire defensive crew of Post University, because here in the second period, there's been 3 total shots for St. Anselm and 1 shot on goal. They lead the conference in shots per game and shots total. So this has been not just an impressive display, but one of the most impressive defensive displays we've seen from Post this entire season halfway through this game. They're still holding on to a 2-0 lead, and if you're a fan of hockey, you know that's the most dangerous lead in hockey. Can't get complacent here and trying to break out of their defensive end, work things into the offensive zone through neutral ice. Tristan Curry has it on her stick, tries to pass it forward. It gets intercepted by Hartnell. Sends it forward. St. Anselm tries to move things over into their offensive zone. They can't get it to work. And Post University just doing that great game of keep away here as they reset things up. Curry moves things into the offensive end, swings it around the boards. Over there to collect is McAvoy, but she actually fanned on it. Her teammate's there to pick her up. They send it all the way across the ice. Marley Webster chips it forward. Right to Natasha Lavacha. Ruby Mitchell has it on her stick now. We're starting to see St. Anselm tighten it up a little bit defensively. It was all Post University in the first 10 minutes. Starting to slow some things down just a bit in the last couple minutes or so. Although they couldn't clear the defensive zone that time, Marley Webster did a great job to keep it in. Jet Devlin on the far corner sends it into the slot, and Luckman couldn't get a good shot off. Webster has it and just sends it forward. Trying to play a bit of keep away now themselves as well. All the way down the ice, a tough race for it, and it's going to go down as an icing. You can hear the bench of St. Anselm not happy about the call, but to me it looked like a pretty good one and a clear race win. Eagles going to get an entire platoon swap here. Obviously with the icing, the Hawks can't change. And it's an important face-off win for St. Anselm as they send it around the boards. Trickles out of the offensive zone of Post. And no one can really collect it for the Eagles as it just kind of trickled all the way back into their defensive end. They move forward, however. Selena Mikavikis sends it out into the slot. A good tip in from Wysocki, but a better save from Mancini. Mikavikis sends one back on net, and that one kicked away by Mancini again. Wysocki along these near boards has it taken away, and Haley Tulo sends it up the ice. Now into their offensive zone. St. Michael's tries the one-time opportunity, and Tyra Turner fanned on the shot. Puck is still loose, and Turner has it once again. The backhand shot, and Saunders saves that one. Still with possession are the Hawks. Over by that left wing, they send it back on net. Believe it hit a body before it hit the goal. Back around the boards, over into that far corner. Cora Weber couldn't handle it cleanly, but Ridge picked it up instead. Into that far corner once again. Couple of bodies flying to the floor there. Can Post clear the defensive end, and they do. Rowan Ringer with a couple of aggressive plays. Couldn't quite get possession of the puck, and it's the Hawks once again with offensive possession. Couple of turnovers, or almost a couple of turnovers right in front of the net of Saunders, and now St. Anselm sets it up. Back into that far corner, a fight for it. Tyra Turner comes away with it. Turner sends it around. Into that far corner once again. And just a sheer possession game right now. Not a whole lot of shots on goal from St. Anselm, but they're moving the puck around, that's for sure. As Wysocki takes it away, sends it all the way across and went into the corner. No icing called. They said she was past the red line, so both teams get an entire change. Kismet Dogan trying to capitalize on the little bit of momentum that St. Anselm has been able to gather over the last few minutes. Back in their offensive zone. Dogan chasing after it for the Hawks. Julia Wysocki there as well. Wysocki ends up winning it, pinning it against the boards, trying to hand it off to her teammate Farberman, who can't clear the zone, and finally they do. Now Macy Peterson has it on her stick. She sends it up forward for herself, and she's going to win the race down the ice to prevent an icing. Once again, though, it's St. Anselm with a push up through neutral ice. Tries to take a long shot. It went off a body, and now Poppleton has it as she takes a shot, but yet another block, and another shot. And boy, it's just a block party right now for Post University. They had a good first period in that category. Continuing to have another really good second. Just getting their bodies in front of pucks and making Hannah Saunders' night much easier. Along these near boards, Post gets it out of there. Now they just send it forward and more than happy to get a line change. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Still holding on to that 2-0 lead. But it has been a lot of momentum changing towards St. Anselm in the last 3 minutes or so. Post trying to set things up. They move it through neutral ice and they carry it in. Curry tries to send it over to her teammate. She does. The loose puck and a good save by Mancini. And a great job by St. Anselm to clear it out. Boy, a bouncing puck, hard to handle. Mancini didn't seem like she had a great read on it. She knocked it down once, and then I believe a defender got her stick in there to clear the loose puck out of the crease. Curry sends it into that corner. Riley Patfield there to try to send it into the slot. It got blocked before it got there, but Patfield takes the backhand shot. The rebound chance, once again, cleared out by a St. Anselm defender. Danny Amons into the offensive zone with the puck, but cut off by a Hawk. Amons cuts it off herself and now carries it back in. She takes a long shot, blockered into the netting. Blockered into the glass, I should have said, by Mancini. Back into the far corner, battle for it. Haley Tulo picks it up. Trying to get out of the defensive zone is Mackenzie Moss. Gets taken away from her, and now Tulo has it once again. Trying to slow things down. A bad pass. Hannah Luckman all alone. She scores! Hannah Luckman makes it 3-0 Eagles. For Hannah Luckman, her first goal of the season. Her 3rd point overall. And boy, if you're an Eagles fan, you are thrilled with the result today. A crucial game in the Newha, a crucial game in the standings, and a 3-0 lead almost near the end of the second period. St. Anselm trying to respond, carrying it into the offensive zone. Couldn't quite sustain possession, and now Jet Devlin has it on her stick. Devlin spins around, slows it down. Karis Kale fans on the shot. McAvoy blocked it. Another opportunity. I believe that was Amons who tried to slap her. Tyra Turner takes it the other way. Turner gets body checked in neutral ice. The puck trickles all the way down. Karis Kale gets it. 2:55 left in this second period. Loose puck and Post does end up coming away with it, trying to get it out of their defensive zone. They do. Jet Devlin showing off the moves. Some nifty handles, and Rowan Ringer just wasn't ready for the pass. Puck goes all the way back down the other end. Big slap shot all the way around the boards, tipped forward by Ringer, and they're going to call an icing there. Boy, you are not happy about that if you're Pat Bingham and crew. It looked like Selena Mikavicus was clearly winning that race. But more times than not, they're going to judge icing and give it to the defender. It's more of a safety issue. You don't want people going into the boards that fast. So face off to the right of Hannah Saunders. Post wins it. Bang pass trying to get it out of their zone. Good job by Brenna Young to keep it in there for St. Anselm. Nicola Forth stands up a hard hit that time. Goes all the way around the boards into that near corner. Forth picks it up for the Hawks. Battle for it. A couple of Eagles, a couple of Hawks. Stays in the defensive zone of Post. Kismet Dogan chasing after it. So is Karis Kale, and we have another tie-up in that far end. Kale comes away with it, kicks it onto her stick, but hasn't cleared the defensive end yet. And good job by St. Anselm, just putting a bunch of bodies in that far corner so they can sustain offensive possession. Wysocki sends it around the boards, and finally Post is able to get it out of there. Rowan Ringer racing after it. Icing gets waved off as Ringer wins the race. Circles back along those far boards and gets checked it up. Ooh, referee saw that one. Hand's going to go up. Ringer with a kind of careless penalty that time. Puck gets touched, and Ringer's is going to go to the box for a slashing penalty. And in my mind, got to be a bit worried about that being a major. Nothing gets called, however, in terms of a major, so it's going to be a 2-minute minor on Rowan Ringer for slashing, and she really did that pretty intentionally after getting checked hard into the boards. So it'll be another power play opportunity for St. Anselm, and they'll have this one to close the second period of play. Minute 27 to go in the period, 2 minutes on the woman advantage, but they lose that crucial offensive zone faceoff. Now can the Eagles clear? Not quite. It gets cut off by McAvoy along the far boards, but it stays in the offensive zone. Brenna Young along the wing. She takes the shot. Good job by Jody Rose getting her body in front of it. Blocks it into the boards, but once again, good job by the Hawks keeping it in. McAvoy tries to send it into the slot, gets blocked a few times. Now Brenna Young towards the blue line, back over to the far end. They take the shot, and it just misses the net wide. Brenna Young once again in that near corner. Sends a bit deeper, and another beautiful shot. A good save by Saunders. Good look for St. Anselm. The best looks they've gotten on any power play so far comes late in this second period. Back to the far wing, into the far corner, and it gets taken away by Angeline Pitter. She tries to swing it around the boards. It gets collected by Jody Rose. Rose just looking for a way to clear, and she can't do so. Good job by McAvoy. She fires one and gets chested down by Saunders. Out of the defensive zone it goes. Less than a minute to go on the power play and less than 22 seconds in the period. Both sides do full platoon swaps. 15 seconds to go here in this second. Selena Mikavakis sends it in deeper for Post University, just trying to tick time off and enter the third with a 3-0 lead. One last possible push, but unlikely as they go into the offensive zone, and that'll do it here in the second. One goal for Post University, and it's the first goal of the season for Hannah Luckman, her 3rd point overall, and it makes it 3-0 in favor of the good guys. Don't go anywhere. We have a fiery third period up next here on Post University's YouTube channel. Welcome back into the rinks here at the Sports Center of Connecticut. We're just about 90 seconds away from the start of our third and final period of play. And if you're a Post University fan, boy, what a couple of periods this has been for the Eagles, both offensively and defensively. They're carrying a 3-0 lead into this third period, and overall in the game, take a look at some of these stats. 32 shots on goal through 2 periods for Post, as opposed to just 10 for St. Anselm College, and only 5 in that second period. Well, I guess it was only 5 in the first as well, but still, very low number of shot total for St. Anselm College. They came into this game with a large lead in the conference in terms of shots per game and total shots on the season. So this is very, very impressive for Post University to limit them through 10 on goal through 2 periods of play. St. Anselm, they're also 0 for 5 on the power play opportunity. Meanwhile, Post 0 for 2 in the game. In that second period alone, it was 18 shots on goal for the Eagles, 14 faceoffs won, and just everything clicking right now for Post University. They do start, however, on the penalty kill with a woman down. Penalty assessed to Rowan Ringer late in that second period for a cross-check slash. So St. Anselm will try to carry a bit of momentum here into the third, working with a woman up for 33 seconds. Fans making some noise, one of the bigger crowds we've seen here at the rinks in Shelton, and we're underway here in the third period. St. Anselm wins the faceoff and immediately gets whistled down for offside, so only a few seconds in and we'll have another faceoff. We'll do it again. It was the first goal of the season for Hannah Luckman of Post University to make it 3-0 in that second period. It was actually only her second career goal. She is a senior on that fourth line for the Eagles. Into the offensive zone behind the netting for St. Anselm, and a tie-up already over there. Brooke Larson's in there for the Eagles, but ultimately St. Anselm wins it. Trickles over to these near boards. McKavikis clears the zone. It bounces off the netting. And we'll have another face-off over at neutral ice with 19:30 to go and only 4 seconds left on the woman advantage. Rowan Ringer standing up in the penalty box, getting ready to get out there. Face-off comes to the right of Hannah Saunders. And Lucy Dakota wins it for St. Anselm. Cora Weber takes a quick shot but misses the net. Trickles off into the corner. We're back at even strength. Make them 0 for 5 total on the power play are the St. Anselm Hawks. It's not the best power play by percentage in the New Hawk Conference, but they are in the top 3 in terms of power play goals because they go on so many. Through neutral ice, Danny Amon, she sends it forward for the Eagles. Cora Weber chips it, actually great pass over to Gracie Donovan, and Donovan with a beautiful move and just trips herself up trying to get around Angeline Pitter. Boy, if she could stand up that would have been really impressive. Farberman trying to clear the zone, she does. Trickles back into the defensive end of St. Anselm, and Natalia Lazowchuk is there to collect. St. Anselm trying to break out, set things up. Gracie Donovan, we've seen her speed showcased a couple of times tonight. She just shoots one on net, easily gobbled up by Hannah Saunders, with 18:30 left in this third period of play. What an important game this is in terms of the New Hawk Conference standings. St. Anselm entered this game in 4th place in the conference, 8 points ahead of Post University, and both of these teams only have 7 games left to go in the season after this one, so it's a really tight race to see who gets home ice advantage come the first round of the conference tournament. Good shot, but it just misses the net from Tristan Curry in the offensive zone. Back through neutralized go the St. Anselm Hawks. But Post collects, tries to get out of their defensive end. They do. Tristan Curry gets her stick checked for a quick moment. Puck trickles forward. And actually stays in the offensive zone, but only temporarily, as the Hawks come the other way with the net. Pass doesn't quite go there. Jet Devlin tries to bank pass it forward to herself, and no team is really able to get set up right now in the offensive zone. Hannah Luckman trying to change that around, but she's having her stick held down. Goes around the net. And now here come the Hawks, drifting through neutral ice from right to left. Sydney Merritt with a really tough shot falling down, and that was actually a pretty good shot. She has it once again on her stick, Don't believe that shot ever reached the net, hit a couple bodies out in front. Hannah Saunders getting tested a couple of times in net for Post early in this third period, much more so than she has in either of the first two. Stays in the offensive zone. Dogan has it. She's moving towards the net. She takes the shot. It gets blocked down. The rebound opportunity saved by Saunders as a couple of bodies go flying in the crease. Ruby Mitchell clears the defensive zone for the Eagles. A couple of Eagles head off the ice looking to get a change in. Puck trickles back right in front of us here at the near boards. Brooke Larson gives it to her teammates, and now they just send it all the way up the ice. That's going to go down as an icing, and we'll have the face-off back towards Hannah Saunders with 16:46 to go. Face-off coming to the left of Saunders, the tie-up. And St. Anselm's going to go down as winning that one. Andre Jackson almost had it on her stick. Goes all the way around the boards. It'll be all the way back down the ice. And it'll be another icing. 16:33 left in this third period of play. Overall, the standings entering today's slate of games in the Newha, it was Sacred Heart and LIU, the top two teams, Franklin Pierce, and then it's these St. Anselm Hawks entering today with 35 points as compared to Stonehill's 34 and Post's 27. A slap shot off the one-timer gobbled up by Saunders as she had to fight through a couple of screens to see that one. And it gets whistled down once again. Big platoon swap coming up after the back-to-back icings from Post University. That was a pretty important cover-up for Saunders just to give her teammates a bit of a breather. Important face-off win for Post. Can they retain possession? Ringer has it in that far corner, trying to take it behind her net. Can't do so. Karis Kell picks it up for her teammate, and Wysocki sends it out of the zone. Audrey Jackson has it now. Tries to send the pass up the middle, but collects it herself, and now sends a one-time try, but just out of the reach of Dakota. Off into the far corner it goes. The puck's still loose, but Lucy Dakota is going to pick it up for St. Anselm. Drifting towards the middle, and the net gets unlodged. 15:59 left to go as we'll have a face-off still in the offensive zone of St. Anselm. Looks like the posts of the netting came completely undone, even the part that goes into the ice. You don't see that happen a whole lot. But everything seems to be all set and ready to go. Just about 16 minutes left. St. Anselm with a lot of offensive momentum here in this third period, but they got a big hill to climb. And we'll have another icing. Face-off coming to the right of Hannah Saunders. It'll be Haley Tulo for St. Anselm. And Julia Wysocki on the other end of things. And Wysocki does win the face-off. Actually picks it up herself in that near corner. Sends it back down the ice. And that time it won't be an icing. But the whistle gets blown. It'll be a high stick. Now we're having fun with it. 15:40 to go in this third period. This time the face-off will come down in the offensive zone of Post University. Pat Bingham deciding to go with a different line as the Wysocki line comes off, and now it's Jody Rose, Noah Farberman and company. St. Anselm wins the faceoff. They send it through neutral ice. Good back check that time from Macy Peterson. Couldn't quite sustain possession, but was able to interrupt the play. And icing once again. I believe this is faceoff number 4 or 5 within this 15-minute mark here in the third period. .24 left to go in this third. Face off to the left of Hannah Saunders. Puck gets dropped, the tie-up, and in St. Anselm, they're starting to climb back in the face-off numbers here in this third once again. They've won a bunch of them in a row. A long shot from the corner. That one, I believe, hit the pad of Hannah Saunders. It's going to go down as a save. Trickles behind the net, back into this near corner. None Hawks are there to collect it, so Farberman gets there instead. Tries to clear and does so, but Taylor Keppel has it, sends it across the ice. St. Anselm shoots it into the offensive zone. Ooh, a risky play that time, and Sanders got her stick in front of it. Boy, a risky pass. Sanders was out of the net, recovered just barely. And a couple of bodies are down here on the far end of the ice. It's going to be ruled down as an icing. It's Lily Hartnell and Casey Van den Udelaar who are both there. Bit shaken up going back to their benches. And Van den Udelaar is going to get called for a penalty. I believe they're going to call a trip on VDO. And it'll be the 6th power play of the game for St. Anselm College. Entering this moment, they're 0 for 3. The 12th penalty minute of the game for Post University as well. It's one of the stats, especially as of late, that they've still like to get cleaned up. Post has been playing a lot better hockey as of late, winners of 3 of their last 4 games, but they don't want to give up any momentum here. Audrey Jackson driving towards the net, leaves it for her teammate. That shot just hit the side of the net, and Rowan Ringer picks it up for Post University. Ringer bank passes it into the offensive end of things. That'll count as a clearance, and time takes off on the man advantage. 1:37 to go. Back up the ice goes St. Anselm, but a risky pass there, and Wysocki has it on her stick now. Circles around into the offensive zone. Wysocki driving towards the net, looking for a lane. Finally takes the shot, and a good save by Mancini to block that one down with her shoulder. Even down a woman, Post not afraid to go aggressive on the forecheck, and you saw that there through neutral ice. Ringer almost took it away again for the Eagles. Cora Weber now sends it across the ice. Tikoto drifting into the offensive zone. Goes around the boards over into the near side. Weber once again sends it even deeper in the pass out into the slot. No one's there to grab it for the Hawks. Gracie Donovan takes a shot. That one easily gobbled up by Saunders with 52 seconds left to go on the power play. Post holding on to their 3-0 lead. Overall in the game, 49 shots, 32 on net for the Eagles. Make it 39 shots and only 13 shots on net. Well, we'll call it 14 after that last one for St. Anselm. Pretty polar opposite games from last night to tonight. Yesterday it was the Hawks who got off to a 3-0 start. Tonight, the Eagles. Puck trickles into this near corner. Brooke Larson fighting for it for Post. Goes back behind the netting, and everyone's still tied up. A couple of Hawks, a couple of Eagles in there. And it almost trickles out into the crease of Saunders, but no one there to get a shot on net. Cora Weber, she takes the long shot, goes right into the body of Saunders, and we'll have another whistle here. Seems like St. Anselm just really woke up here in this third period, taking a lot of shots on goal and really sustaining possession in this third. Of course, the power play helps. Trying to prevent themselves from going for 0 for 6 with the woman up today. Cora Weber has it in this near corner. Gives it off to her teammate Dakota and back behind the netting for Tyra Turner. Turner, good stick check by Karis Kell to prevent the shot on goal. Trickles back behind the netting. Puck still loose, and looks like Dakota ends up having it on her stick. Gives it for her teammate in the slot, and Jackson with a great shot, a great stick stave by Hannah Saunders. Larson has it and clears it off her stick, and that's actually going to close off the power play for St. Anselm. Boy, a good power play, maybe the best one of the day for the Hawks, but nothing to show for it as it's still 3-0 on the scoreboard. Angeline Pitter still in her zone, tried to clear it out, couldn't do so at the first attempt. And McAvoy takes it back in, but the Hawks are offsides. 12:23 left in this third period. Can Post University hang on to their 3-0 lead? A combined 0 for 8 are the two teams on the power play now, which is just impressive. And going back to yesterday, it's 0 for 15 in this series for both teams. Penalty kill units are having a couple of days. The Hawks send it in, back behind the netting of Hannah Saunders. Eagles trying to go the other way with it now. They send it across the ice. Good cutoff by Tristan Curry at neutral ice. You haven't seen Post University really have it in their offensive end a whole lot here in this third. Trying to change that around here. Meanwhile, St. Anselm trying to break out. Pass across. Danny Amons couldn't handle it. And now Poppleton has an opportunity. Poppleton takes the shot. It bounces up in the air after the save from Saunders. And Amons take it away. 2-on-2 forming here. Mitchell has it on her stick. Back to Amons. Amons driving towards the net. Gets it sticked away into the corner. And Post just happy to slow things down, trying to set up possession. Ooh, a good pass out in front of the net. Almost was able to reach the stick of Hannah Luckman. Instead going the other way. Donovan with a shot, and that one gets sticked away by Hannah Saunders. Boy, a 2-on-1, maybe a 2-on-none. And Saunders was the only woman needed for Post University. St. Anselm with the puck behind their own netting. Haley Tulo has it. Now Donovan takes a tough angled shot, and that one goes off the post. Another good chance for Ella Ridge, and that one was blocked before it got to the net. Post just sends it all the way down the ice, but Hannah Luckman is there to prevent the icing. She just tips it back towards the netting, and it actually ends up on the stick of Selena Mikavakis. Mikavakis sends it into the slot, and there's a good save from Mancini. Post still with possession, back behind the net, looking for a pass, and the one-time chance from Larson. Mancini made the save. Rebound opportunity never reached the net. Mikavakis once again circles around, tries to find her teammate. Passes couldn't really connect. Rowan Ringer drifting towards the blue line. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Karis Kell collects outside the offensive zone as the Eagles had a touch up. Just about 10 minutes to go here in the third. Larson fanned on the shot attempt that time. It trickled forward into the hands of a Hawk and goes all the way back into the defensive zone of Post. Karis Kell resets, swings it around behind her own net. Almost a suicide pass there, but Rowan Ringer was able to get out of the way. Larson sends it to Wysocki. Wysocki through neutral ice. And a whistle gets blown down. Not sure what it was for. It might have been a hand pass of some sort, but we're going to have a face-off at neutral ice. .9:52 here in this third period, and we're going to have a media timeout. We're on the bumpy road to the finish. Can the Eagles hang on to their 3-0 lead here on Post University Athletics? Neutralized face-off here with just under 10 minutes to go in the third period. St. Anselm wins it. They're trying to make anything happen late in this third period. Audrey Jackson with a good shot on goal. Gobbled up easily by Hannah Saunders, and we'll have another face-off with 9:44 to go. 3-0 game. 2 goals in the first period for Post, 1 goal in the second. They win the defensive zone face-off here. Puck goes back behind the netting of Hannah Saunders. Dakota's there to play it. Tries to send it back around the boards and a fight for it over on the far end of things. St. Anselm keeps possession, takes the shot, but it goes wide of the netting. Audrey Jackson collects. Sends it in just a bit deeper into the offensive end. Battle for it, and Post comes away with it. Marley Webster will have it. Webster trickles it forward. Now it goes over to Selena Mikavakis. Mikavakis with a 3-on-2 forming. Leaves it for her teammate. The shot on goal, and it goes wide. Good opportunity there for Post. Still have possession. Wysocki takes, and it goes right into the chest of Mancini. First 10 minutes of this third period was all St. Anselm, but Post seems to have found their offensive groove once again, and it was Wysocki with the latest attempt that time. Face off to the right of Mancini. Good win for the Eagles, and a quick shot off the draw from Webster. Easily saved from Mancini as St. Anselm will clear it all the way down the ice. Whistle gets blown, and that'll be a believe a penalty coming up. It will be. A slashing is called on Post. Boy, the 7th power play of the game for St. Anselm. This time the penalty assessed to Jody Rose. And with 8:49 to go, it's yet again another woman advantage for the Hawks. Of all the power plays today for St. Anselm, the last one was definitely their most favorable. It was the only one where they had more than one shot on goal. So the faceoff will come to the right of Hannah Saunders. It looked like coaches were talking things over with the Hawks, Sam Fatorek and crew. Lily Hartnell in the circle for St. Anselm. She lost the faceoff draw there. A good clearance by Macy Peterson. It happens to go out. And another whistle is blown. Overall in this game, make it 37 shots on goal for Post University, 20 for the leading shot getters in the league, and that's actually going to be a too many women on the ice penalty. I was wondering about that. It looked like there was just someone hanging out by the bench, and the puck hit her. It was a very curious looking play, and yeah, Lily Hartnell is going to be called for too many women on the ice. So we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next minute and 55 seconds. Then it'll be the almighty 5-second power play for Post University after that. Defensive zone win for the Hawks as they move forward into neutral ice. Maybe with some more space, we'll see some more offense from St. Anselm. Tyra Turner has it and drifts behind the netting, looking for a teammate, but gets cut off. Angeline Pitter collects for Post. Bank pass. Macy Peterson tries to clear the defensive end. Right now, Post having a hard time, even on 4-on-4, getting it out of their defensive end of things. Danny Amons now gets cut off by Tyra Turner. Good aggressive play by Turner, one of the captains of this St. Anselm squad. Heavy on the forecheck, but couldn't sustain possession. Angeline Pitter once again sends it up the ice. Peterson couldn't collect the bouncing puck. They send it across the ice to St. Anselm, and Pitter with a good bank pass to herself. Now Tim Marie Grom into the offensive zone she goes. Has it taken away from her in that near corner, and Gracie Donovan comes the other way. Past the blue line, Donovan carries in, gives it for Tulo. Back to Donovan, and Donovan with a tough angle shot. Good preparation there from Saunders and positioning. Whistle gets blown as the puck was loose once again. I believe they thought Saunders covered it up. Puck was still loose, however, and it's the second time we've seen that happen tonight. Still 4-on-4. Another 46 seconds before it turns into a 5-second post-power play. Sagel Desai sends it around the boards. Rowan Ringer, and it's a 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-1 forming. Wysocki into the offensive end, sends it between her legs, but the pass doesn't go. Good defensive positioning there. Rebound opportunity for Van Den Udelar, hit a body before it hit the net. And now Wysocki takes the shot, and that one gets gloved down by Mancini. 7:11 left to go in this third period. Mancini looking good in the third between the pipes. She's been tested a good amount. Most of the goals coming pretty early in this game. Face off to her right. Post wins it. The quick shot off the draw. It goes wide of the net. Kismet Dogan sends it back around to that far corner and goes all the way back down to the other end of the ice. That should be an icing, and it will be. 9 seconds left to go. 4-on-4. 5 seconds of a post power play, and then we're back to even strength between these two teams. Post sending Macy Peterson, Noah Farberman, Angeline Pitter, and Karis Kell out there, the 4-woman squad. Face-off, and St. Michael's takes it. Through the neutral zone they go. Gracie Donovan about to be shorthanded, but she makes a woman miss. And now Post goes on the 5-second power play here. Sends it to Macy Peterson. Now we're back at even strength. All the way back behind the net of Hannah Saunders. Karis Kale collects it. Now Post trying to break out. Noah Farberman sends it very deep into the offensive zone. And Post takes it away. There's an opportunity. And it looked like there was an empty net, just a whole 6 feet to shoot at. And Noah Farberman with the bouncing puck just couldn't quite aim it correctly. Good opportunity to make it a 4-0 game in favor of the Eagles, but no can do that time. Puck bouncing around at neutral ice. It goes the Eagles' way. Marley Webster trying to stay with possession, but can't do so. Nicola fourth into the offensive zone. Tries to toe drag her way around a couple Eagles. Once again, good body checks from post. Brooke Larson has it. Tries to clear. Can't do so. Goes right to Ridge, who was looking for a deflection, but it goes wide of the net. Stays in the offensive end of things. Brooke Larson now has it. Drifting through neutral ice, just dumps it in deep. Couple of Eagles get off the ice. Into the far corner. Now along those far boards, and St. Anselm looking to break out. Past the blue line, Audrey Jackson. Ooh, good dangles on her stick there. Makes one woman miss, but gets tied up by the second. And a good check from Selena Mikavakis. It stays on the stick of Decoto, and a beautiful tic-tac-toe setup, but a better job by Hannah Saunders to keep her positioning. Just put her body in front of a close-range shot and get the save. 5:13 to go here in this third period. In the third, it's kind of switched the other way. 11 shots on goal for the Hawks. Meanwhile, only 7 for Post University. Weber takes a shot, and that one gets kicked away by Saunders. The rebound goes into the far corner. No one's come up with it yet. Now St. Anselm does. A backhand shot goes wide of the net. Trying to clear is Tristan Curry. Excuse me, that was Riley Patfield, and now Tristan Curry's chasing after it. Couldn't quite get there. St. Anselm gets there first. It's Cora Weber who loses the puck, and Jet Devlin with the shot. It goes under Mancini. She doesn't know where it is, but it's between her legs, and the referees blow it dead. Boy, always a scary sight if you're a goalie, not fully understanding where the puck is, and it went between her legs. Was able to freeze it in the crease. Face-off will come to her left. Jet Devlin gets kicked out of the face-off circle for Post. It'll be Amons who goes in there. Excuse me again, Tristan Curry who goes in there. Curry actually wins that face-off, but only temporarily. St. Anselm comes away with it. Alexis Poppleton with a lot of speed moving into the offensive end. Stops on a dime but gets cut off. It's Sajal Desai right there with her. Now a tie-up along these near boards. Jet Devlin comes away. Tried to send it up the ice. Lands on the stick of Danny Amons, who just goes past the red line and dumps it in. Poppleton once again on her stick, lost it, ended up sending it forward, but Van den Udelaar sent it right back in. 4:12 left in this third period. Post with a 3-0 lead, trying to work to a series split with the St. Anselm College Hawks. Back and forth at neutral ice, and the puck ends up going into the bench of Post with 3:53 to go. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. Looks like Pat Bingham sending a new line out there for the Eagles. Post wins that face-off. Ends up on the stick of Van den Udelaar, and now Angeline Pitter has it. Couldn't quite get the pass to work correctly. Donovan has it on her stick. Tries to make more than a few women miss. Ends up losing and goes all the way back down to the other end of the ice. No icing as it won't get past the red line. Cora Weber picks it up. Rowan Ringer with an aggressive stick check. Wysocki tries to keep possession going. She does as Pitter dumps it back in. Back to Wysocki behind the net. Wysocki sends it into the slot, and Mikavakis just missed it up and above. Post still with possession into that near corner. Battle for it. A couple of physical plays here. Mikavakis trying to come away with it, just sends it all the way around the other side of the boards. Marley Webster and Mackenzie Moss battling for it. Webster wins the battle. Wysocki has it on her stick. Now Mikavakis. Mikavakis sends it into the slot, but the pass gets intercepted. Karis Kell all the way back at neutral ice. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the third. Wysocki moves into the offensive zone. Past the left wing, takes a backhand tough shot, easily saved by Mancini. Now St. Anselm coming the other way with it, but Macy Peterson tries to cut it off. Couldn't do so. Dogan makes one woman miss, but couldn't sustain possession and now has to force herself into the corner. Peterson in the other corner now. Tries to handle it, but gets checked by a couple of Hawks. 2:22 left in this third. Peterson once again couldn't quite handle it. Off on the other end now, Nicola Forth with a shot. It bounced off a couple of bodies, and Hannah Saunders ended up covering it. Boy, the concentration for Saunders there went off her pad into the air, and she found it in between a couple of bodies to freeze the puck with 2:12 to go. So if all things hold the same, Post will get 2 points in this game, get 29 points on the season. That's, of course, assuming the next 2 minutes go as we expect them to go, but you never know. Back into their defensive zone it goes. Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there as the puck went into neutral ice. Macy Peterson couldn't quite collect it for Post, and now Nicola Forth has it. Forth, bank pass to her teammate Dogan, and Dogan couldn't handle it. Now Brooke Larson at neutral ice. Looking for a lane to move into the offensive end and decides to just dump it in. All the way around the boards. Brenna Young tips it ahead for St. Anselm. Now across the ice through neutral ice. And Audrey Jackson, boy, we've said her name a lot tonight. She gets past a woman, tries to take a tough angled shot, and a good stick check by Hannah Saunders in net to prevent anything happening there. Boy, Jackson looked like she was almost moving too fast for her own good. Drove to the net too hard, got too close, and it ended up being a pretty easy save for Saunders. Face-off win for St. Anselm. Angeline Pitter was able to knock down the pass, though, in midair. Pretty impressive. Now Tristan Curry has it. Gets tied up and loses the puck. Now come the other way go the Hawks. Good 2-on-1 forming and a good diving play by Hannah Saunders. Once again, the referees blew the whistle. It looked like Saunders might have not had full control over it. Pretty aggressive into the crease was Saunders, and it might have saved a good one-time opportunity there. Quick substitution for St. Anselm, just over a minute left in this game. Thinking of our players of the game, 3 different goal scorers tonight for Post University. Rowan Ringer, Julia Wysocki, and Hannah Luckman all get goals. For Hannah Saunders, she's on pace to get her 5th shutout of the season as well. And it looks like down 3 goals that St. Anselm's going to go with the empty netter coming up here. Mancini does go to the net, so it'll be 6 skaters for St. Anselm. They're not quitting just yet. Minute 04 left. Face off, and St. Anselm does win it. McAvoy has it now. Sends it to the near corner. Jackson just tries to send it deeper, but couldn't really do so cleanly. Back towards the blue line, and it clears the defensive zone of Post. McAvoy races down there to pick it up and give herself some time to set up an offensive breakout. Not quite there. Quick shot from Riley Patfield, and she just missed the net the other way. Here come the Hawks, less than 40 seconds in this final period of play. Dakota sends it into the near corner. Back behind the netting, but no one's really able to sustain possession. Couple of bodies and good positioning from Saunders. Yet again, a whistle blown when the puck was loose, and now we're getting a little bit aggressive with some extracurriculars near the net of Hannah Saunders. Maybe some frustration from St. Anselm, and of course defending your goalie if you're Post. But it looks like someone might be coming off for Post. Yeah, Karis Kell's going to end up in the penalty box for the rest of this game. Might be a roughing penalty for some of the extracurriculars near Hannah Saunders. So the 8th power play opportunity of the game for St. Anselm. We'll see if they can capitalize. Might be all for naught, too little too late with only 25.4 left in the game. Post wins the faceoff, and that won't help St. Anselm's odds. Although Weber does have it. She takes the one-time shot. Good save by Hannah Saunders. 15 seconds to go. Post clears it once again back down the ice. Still an empty net, so that was actually a shot. Maybe they'll get another try here at the empty net, will Post. Wysocki circling around. 3 seconds to go, and that's going to do it here in Shelton. Post works its way to a shutout, the 5th shutout of the season for Hannah Saunders as she dancing with a few of her teammates. And the Eagles take this game by a score of 3-0. They get the series split. 2 goals in the first, 1 in the second, and good hard defense in the third. Takes some vital 2 points. And now the handshake lines. It's got to feel good for Pat Bingham and company after a little bit of a rough outing yesterday, losing 3-1 to answer right back with a 3-0 victory today. Don't go anywhere, as we'll have our post-game show and our player of the game interviews coming up next here on Postgame Athletics. Welcome back into the rings at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Just closing up this one. Post University takes the second game of this 2-game set by a 3-0 score. And the recap for this one, well, over in the first period, the scoring got started early. It was Rowan Ringer getting the first tally of this game, assisted by Selena Mikavakis and Julia Wysocki. Boy, that all-star top line for Post strikes again. For Ringer, her 9th of the season made it 1-0 in favor of the Eagles. And then it was Julia Wysocki, the other top member of that top line, making it 2-0 with just about 2 minutes left to go in that same period. Once again, Ringer got the assist, so that makes them tied, both for the team lead and for the conference lead in points in the Newha. In the second period, it was Hannah Luckman with her first goal of the season, her 3rd overall point, and that really put the Eagles ahead 3-0 and put this game to bed. When you mix in Hannah Saunders, who's top 2 in both save percentage and goals against average on the season, well, you can kind of take the life out of a team like St. Anselm, who's a high-powered offensive team, but Post, I mean, their defense was just outstanding overall in this game as well. Taking a look at the total stats of this game. Total shots on goal, only 28 for St. Anselm, and meanwhile in the 40s for Post University. 0 for 8 on the power play was St. Anselm, and the 5th shutout of the season for Hannah Saunders as well. We're going to have a lot of players of the game coming up. We got Timmerie Grom, who's had her 100th career and her 100th consecutive game today. I believe both the Hannahs will come up and join us as well. Hannah Saunders with her 5th shutout of the season, and Hannah Luckman with her first goal of the season. So don't go anywhere here on Post University Athletics.
Test. 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 Test.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome back into the Sports Center of Connecticut here at the rinks at Shelton. I'm joined alongside two of our 3 stars of the game, Hannah Luckman and Timmerie Grom. And Hannah, we'll start with you. First goal of the season, a big, goal to put you guys up 3-0 in that second period. Take me through it. Take me through the emotions, just kind of what went through all that.
It was a really good defensive play by, I think, Danny. So she did all the work there. She surfed up, and I just got lucky with the breakaway and got lucky enough to put it in. But I owe it all to the defense on that one.
Yeah. Humble teammate are you ever. And the defense, we got to talk about that today for both of you guys. I know both of you are in that forward grouping, but you allowed only 29 shots on goal throughout the game, and most of that was really late in that third period where the game was kind of put to bed. So can I ask both of you, what went into that defensive preparation this week where you guys were able to shut out maybe the top offensive team in the conference?
I think our D just do a really, really good job of staying on the interior and shutting down every play before the red line the best to their ability, which gives the offense a chance to keep it in their zone for as long as we can. And in our D zone, just having good coverage and good defensive IQ to get it out.
Yeah, our D are always hungry, and they love to eat pucks all day.
Yes.
Yeah, ain't that true? I got to ask you about our other star of the game who will join us shortly, Hannah Saunders in net, 5th shutout of the season. And I know you guys, again, are forwards, but what does that do for your confidence as skaters, knowing that you have someone between the pipes like that?
We owe so much to Saunders, and she stands on her head for us every game, and she's a great captain and great leader on the ice, so couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, no matter what goalie's in net, too, we just put everything out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always having confidence back behind us is good.
100%. Timmerie, last question for both of you, but this one pertains to you specifically. 100th consecutive game, 100th career game. You've never missed one. That's 4th all time in post history. Yep. And by the way, the other 3 are not very far ahead. So just what does that mean for you, and what goes into being on the ice week in and week out like that? Because very few people can do it.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I mean, taking care of your body is a big part of it. I mean, I take pride and joy in working my hardest, but also taking care of myself after practices, games. And I mean, I put my heart and soul onto the ice. So I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to make it 100 consecutive or just 100 in general.
Yeah, it's a crazy stat. Congratulations to the both of you. Oh, and I almost forgot to ask, actually, one more question. 7th to last game of the season. And this was a team that was ahead of you. All your opponents for the rest of the season are technically ahead of you in the standing. So what does it mean just to get this momentum really going down the final stretch of the season with a shutout victory?
I think people in our conference especially heavily underestimate us, and we're coming. We are coming for them, and I'm very excited for our playoff run.
Love to hear it. Nothing else to say, right? Can't say it better than that.
Hannah said it perfectly.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Hannah Luckman, Timmerie Grom, and we'll be back with Hannah Saunders in just a moment. Thank you guys. Amazing. Wait. And welcome back in to the rinks at the Shelton Sports Center. I'm joined along by one of our 3 stars of the game, Hannah Saunders. And Hannah, I got to imagine you're tired of being up here for these post-game interviews because this is we don't know what to ask you at this point. Your 5th shutout of the season. And tonight it was a bit about the defense because up till very late in that third period, there was only about 15 shots on goal. So not the busiest night for you. How do you stay active then? How do you credit your defense for just the night they had tonight?
Oh my gosh, I credit everything to them. They're insane. The amount of blocked shots we have is probably super high at this point, and I honestly owe it all to them. They might say opposite and credit some stuff to me, but it's they make everything so easy, genuinely, and we're such a close team. It's like honestly the most fun out there. So
they just did credit you with a lot, in terms of the previous interviews, definitely there. And we're taking a look at the block shots now. 17 block shots as a team for you guys today. So, quite the night defensively. Pretty much every stat you look at. For you, 5th shutout of the season. Back-to-back nights, I asked you before we got on the air, how your legs are feeling. Mm-hmm. How do you withstand just a really tiring season, a tiring weekend, and perform so well?
Honestly, just a lot of repetition of my rituals. I'm kind of very easygoing when it comes to just treatment and stuff like that, but just honestly listening to my body and listening to what I need to be doing. Just lots of sleep, lots of hydration. It's kind of the same thing day in and day out. I think goalies are pretty superstitious like that. So
creature of habit.
But yeah, literally. So nothing changes really. It's just the same thing every day, and it works.
Absolutely. Well, last question for you. I got to ask you. This was the 7th to last game of this season. Only 3 more series left in Sacred Heart, Long Island University, and I believe Stonehill next week as well. So some really tough opponents. What does a win like this, where you're able to get a shutout against a team ahead of you, and you're looking for that home ice advantage in the first round of the Nuha, how do you carry this momentum into next week?
Doing the same thing, I think. We already had a streak going, obviously, unfortunately. Yep. Yesterday kind of broke that, but
we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just keeping up with the momentum, keeping up with the chemistry that we've got going, and I think honestly, rituals. I think I'm bringing in my superstition into this, but we're listening to the same songs and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but genuinely though, it's just we're just jiving right now, and I think it's just keeping it up and keeping up high energy and just pushing us through every challenge, every team that comes against us. And yeah, we're kind of breaking all these records, so I think that's already a pretty motivating factor. So,
well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right, that was Hannah Saunders, and that'll do it for our post-game report so far today. Thank you so much for joining us on Post University Athletics. Once again, it's the Eagles 3, St. Anselm College nothing, and we'll see you next week against Assumption University. Until then, have a good week, everybody.